Donnie B. GotDaBeats.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm Donnie B. Got the beats. You know, we live on the beat when you hear that beat bang, boy. Listen, you know how we do. We're going to jump right into this, man. We got a dope artist in here today. So you know what time it is. It's time for that glorious intro. So check it out. Stand by for the glorious intro.
Hey.
So listen, you know, everybody knows Donnie B. Donnie B got the beats. He gets out in the streets, but you know, certain people who network, and you know that person networks and that person networks. But I always try to bring on people that if I don't know them personally, the streets is buzzing. The streets is talking about these people. You know what I mean? And I trust my people because my people get down. You know what I mean? So shout out to Barbara Sanchez, PI to the stars. That's the hardest working woman in Hollywood right now. You know, she was telling me about this cat. She said, yo, I got this young boy, nice, you know what I'm saying, got good delivery, you know, he do his thing, he come through, you know, you need to check him out. Typical me. I gotta do my homework on people, man, and loved everything I heard from this young man right here. Definitely talented, definitely got his head on straight, real humble cat. I dig his energy off the rip. And I got nothing but good things to say about this gentleman. So without further ado, we want to introduce national recording artist Cali Franco. What's going on, Franco?
Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing? And thank you for inviting me.
Good, thank you. Yeah. Listen, I'm glad that you can make it, man. I know you busy. Matter of fact, you was in the studio, and I had to get you up out of the studio. You know, I do that.
Yeah, I was in the studio. I had to come to the car, man. I had to come to the car.
Okay. Shout out Lisa Dove Washington, chiming in all the way from Washington, D.C. for Dell Style Magazine. What's going on, Lisa? So listen, let's get straight to this thing. Let the world know about who you are, Cali Franco. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Cali Franco?
Originally from San Francisco, California. I'm a military brat. My parents moved to Indiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, South Carolina. Then I moved on my own to Atlanta and came back. Been back home maybe 3 years now from Atlanta. So Atlanta's like a second home to me now.
Okay. What's the difference like between all of these different locales? I'm sure it had to be hard growing up, but can you know, shed some light on that for people that aren't familiar with that?
So it was a little difficult because, you know, you think that you're going to grow up with these people, you know, kids at the time, you know, and then you figure out like you got to move again. So being a transfer, you know, a transfer is, I mean, it could be fun and it could be bad, but however you look at it, you know, I feel like there's the pros and cons, like I was saying, but I looked at it was a good thing. Like, you know, I got to meet new people, and then I got more comfortable to talk to people. Prior, you know, I used to be in a shell a lot, so it broke me out my shell, just moving around a lot. But I got to see a lot of different cultures in the U.S., just from the different states. So it was, you know, that's dope. It connected with a lot of people that I still talk to today.
How does that impact you as you know, a recording artist, as a business person, to be able to understand that there's more to life than just like, you know, the end of the street, so to speak, or, you know, just because most people, and you can speak to this too, that are, you know, the old adage in the music industry is, you know, you got to blow your city up. You know what I mean? In order for you to get noticed. And obviously, you've been to a lot of different locales. So how do you dispel that notion, or do you go along with it? What's your thoughts?
In this world today, it's more of a social media world. So I wouldn't want to say so. Just beat up your city. I mean, that is a good marketing plan to do. Is to get known in your city, beat it up, then the DJs around in that local area will get to know you. But at the same time, I see a lot of kids getting blown up off SoundCloud, and they'd be from Massachusetts or Indiana, you know what I mean, or Florida. So it's like it's 50-50, man. You just it's whatever you like to do, whatever your niche is.
Okay, okay. I like your style. I like that. I like how you put your words together, brother. Let's ask you this: considering that you grew up in a lot of those different places, which one did you grow up in? The longest, and could you speak to what it was like to navigate that, or you could just tell a story about how it was difficult for you to hop around. However you want to lay it out. What was it like for you growing up, and how did you overcome hurdles to become the success that you are today?
Growing up, man, uh, being the oldest of five other siblings, so my mom has six kids.
Mm,
It could be a little tough, seeking attention sometimes. I'm the firstborn. You know how it could be, man. But your little brothers and sisters got to get the love too. They the babies.
I already
So
know.
but other than that, I just had to step up. I knew I had to step up. My parents was always busy working, so it was just like I had to help babysit or cook around the house. Just being that helped me be independent today. Really,
Mm,
like doing chores and actually watching my siblings. So I mean, growing up, it was cool, man. Like we got to see the world, man. Travel, go to family reunions, go to amusement parks. I mean, we had our hiccups. Everybody have hiccups. But
right.
got through them as a whole. And all I can say is, hey, shout out to my mom. She got an 8-bedroom house right now in Delaware. She doing her thing.
She doing it the right way.
Yeah, hey,
People that don't know
hey,
Delaware state taxes is like
yeah, hey. She left Cali and went to Delaware.
she she went all the way.
Yeah,
I get it, man. I get it. I get it. Well, what's that like? Come up. Is she from Cali or like where's she from
yeah. She's from
originally?
Cali. She's from San Francisco. So my great grandmother is actually from Jamaica, and my great grandfather's from Cuba. They met in Florida, migrated all the way up to Jersey. Had my grandmother's uncles and aunties, and then they migrated. My grandmother came to California.
Okay,
A couple of my aunties went to the Carolinas, and some stayed in Jersey.
right. Yeah, for all of the people out there in the world, bear with me. Delaware ain't for everybody.
It
You
ain't.
gotta have,
Hey,
you gotta know somebody or spend some time there to know exactly what Delaware is all about. Because you don't just be like, I'm gonna fall on Delaware and I'm gonna move there.
mm,
You know what I mean? So, you know, but it's one thing I do like. It's in the shadow of Philly because all my family from Philly
yeah,
and in South Jersey. So shout out to Philly and South Jersey.
yeah.
Um,
South
but that's
Jersey,
awesome. You said what?
South Jersey for sure. I got family out there,
Okay, okay. Where out and about?
like Old Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, we got folks in Ariel, Lawnside,
yeah.
Berlin,
I got
Byron,
Union, York,
Trenton,
Irvington.
Irvington,
Yeah,
yeah, Willenboro.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, shout out South Jersey, shout out. Um, that's good that you know what I'm saying to know that you're well traveled. You definitely present yourself very well, highly
Thank
educated. You can tell by how you speak, which is awesome. Um, I want to ask you this though. Let's take it back to the music. How did you get started in music? Because again, you're doing all of these different, travels and,
you. Yeah,
family. You're the oldest. I'm the oldest, boy in my family too. So
yeah.
it was, I just happened to have a father that was in music that kind of started me on my pilgrimage. But how did
Yeah.
you get started in the music industry?
Start off with the violin. Uh, Sixth grade, moved to Indiana, and sixth grade is when they ask you if you want to do extra electives. So it's always football. It's always out of a sport or an instrument,
Right.
and I was doing both, but the instrument became more popular to me. But prior to that, I didn't like the violin. I wanted to do the drums. My mom was like, "Nah, we got a violin in the family." I played. I'm like, "What?" And then she was like, "Yeah." So they brought a copy of it. I mean, it was hers, but it was a copy of out of 100 copies. It was an Antonio Stradivarius. For people
Mm,
who don't know who that is a famous violinist, and
yeah.
he's well known for his classical music.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's a
yeah.
serious. It's a serious deal. You
Yeah,
know.
it had an A button on the bottom. You could blow it and you could tune. It has the A pitch on it. It's crazy,
Wow,
crazy.
that's crazy. That's crazy. And
Yeah,
I mean, how far did you get with it? Like, I mean, did you kind of see it
I
through?
still
You
play
get
today. Now I still play today, but I don't have that exact violin anymore. I have an electric violin now. So yeah.
you are. I am today years old. When I'm actually cool with somebody that plays the violin, man. You're the only person I know in the last 20 years that plays the violin, which is
Yeah.
awesome. It's dope. Um, that's cool. You said you played sports too. What did you play?
Play basketball and football a little bit
Okay.
here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Cool. Good to
But
know.
never got to finish none of the seasons. Always moving around,
Mm,
So
I'm
yeah,
sure
you
that
know how that
happens.
go.
I played football for a little bit, and that was very short lived.
Yeah.
Got injured and
Yeah.
in practice, and it was just like, yep,
Wow.
this ain't me.
Yeah. Recently, actually, tried out for the professional arena football league.
Nice.
Made the team, but then uh, it was out of that or this music career, and I just chose the music. I was like, I don't want to get hurt, and then I gotta perform.
Right.
I seen how hard it could be for A-list artists like Two Chains and etc. Boosie. I mean, they do their thing, but it ain't the same when you jumping and rocking with and interacting with the crowd. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to be like
I don't blame you.
that.
You doing your thing over here in this music front though. So I mean, you don't need to fall
Yeah,
back for that, man. You absolutely doing your
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So listen, it's pretty much taboo in the industry, but I like to jump headfirst into it here on the beat. Do you have a list of notable names that you work with? Have you worked with anybody notable with regard to people that you want to call out and say that maybe have helped you along a path that other people might know, people that you've drawn muse from, inspiration, come and met
yeah.
passion?
I want to say, when I moved to Atlanta, I didn't really know much about DTE, Duct Tape Entertainment,
Okay.
and I collabed with them. Actually got to meet Trouble before he really blew up. He was like freshly out. He had just dropped a mixtape. I think it was like called 365,
Hmm.
365 days, and it was going around hot in Atlanta at the time. And one of his artists from the label his name is Valley Sosa Duct Tape. He's from Duct Tape, and basically we collabed with him. I was in a group at the time, and it was me and two other artists, a singer and another rapper. We
That's
went by
awesome.
yeah.
Okay. What was that like? Because I mean, I wanted to move to Atlanta at some point in time, and it just never
Yeah.
happened. And I wound up in LA. Yay.
Hey,
But what was that like? Being in that locale in that city, because I know every city has its own energy, but Atlanta is just
I felt home. I felt home. Like the hospitality is different from every other state I've been in. Uh, that southern hospitality when people say it's real, man. Like
yes, relax.
I remember moving in, the neighborhood. We didn't even have a lawnmower at the time. They cut our grass. Like another time, it was like a couple months in. They're like, "Hey neighbors, we barbecuing. Just bring a couple drinks or something. Come eat." I'm like, "Man, hey, in California, they wouldn't even never do that. Like, if I don't know you, I just don't know you. Like,
Right, right.
so like living in Atlanta was cool, man. Like, and it's a lot of connections. I even started my first club gig in Atlanta. Being a club host. I mean, it was a strip club, one of the biggest and hottest clubs in Atlanta before it left. It was DOA. I had it on
Okay.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
had it on Wednesdays.
Sorry, I was always partial to Blue Flame, but that's just me. You know.
Yeah, Blue Flame. Oh, yeah.
But
It's small, but that thing cracked, man.
hey, you be in trouble on this day, boy.
That's all we gonna say.
You're right. But that's awesome. Again, like you said, I mean, it's dope that you have again traveled so much. So that means that you can jump into new scenarios and situations and just keep it moving. And that's difficult for a lot of talent. Wouldn't you? Would you agree with that? That people that haven't traveled much, being in new cities and touring and so forth and so on. Do
Oh
you think
yeah,
that gives you an advantage?
that gives me a big advantage, man. A huge advantage. Like, cause I'm like a chameleon, bro. Like, I'm from the city, but people think I'm from Oakland all the time. They be like, "You from Oakland?" Right? I'm like, "Nah." They like, "Damn, I swear you was from Oakland." I'm just like, that's just the vibe for me. But I'm
Right.
really from the city, so Yeah, man. I'm just a chameleon, coming in these cities, just being me, being humble, not trying to be, the star of the show. I'm just trying to do me at the end of the day. Make sure I'm good, and that's it. Doing
Thanks.
what's on the agenda, nothing extra.
Man, if those ain't words live by, bro, I don't know what is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's awesome though. To have that directive and stick to it. You know, you got to stick to
yeah.
some
I
kind
used
of
to,
knowledge.
I used to really get derailed all the time, even with the girls, like. And then after a while, you see the pattern, like, man, none of these relationships working. It's just time to focus on yourself, like. You feel me? Don't jump into nothing and then assume or invest in something that's gonna be short term.
Well, that's interesting piece to talk about. Let's explore that a bit if you care to. With regard to relationships and being in the music industry, obviously you spend a lot of time in the recording studio. You
Yeah.
you you move around a lot. You tour a lot. How would you say? Because again, like you said, you want to be wary of distractions, right?
Right.
How do you navigate that, or what are some signs that you see that maybe aspiring artists that don't quite have that same kind of directive that you do?
Hmm.
Could you share those types of flags or pop-ups that appear that they need to avoid?
I really can't say when it's gonna happen. Like I can't forecast that. But I mean, for everybody who's been through experiences and their own personal problems, they know when to pull the plug on anything. But it's this: do you deal with it or do you not deal with it? That's the problem. And I feel like a lot of people they deal with it and then it buries itself deeper than what it should have been.
Right, right, right. Well, I get it. I mean, hey, brother, whatever you're doing is working for you, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all. That we just gonna leave
Hey,
it right there.
hey, you just gotta you surround yourself with more successful people and not the people that's gonna drown you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on management and representation and stuff like that? I mean,
Yeah.
have you gotten around with it? And you gotten
Oh
around
man,
well without it?
hey, there. My team is excellent right now, man. This is the beginning of the race, man. All I can say is I am so happy I met Tammy. I'm so happy I met Barbara, Chaz Hayes. And, he did a lot of things in his career, a lot of things under his belt right now, and I'm just so proud I met those three individuals. And
Okay.
I'm just man, like it's beautiful right now. I'm just so happy and joyful for everything they've done to this day. Like even this interview, without them, I probably would never met you, man. So I appreciate you as well.
Appreciate you back, brother.
Yeah,
It's just if not nothing else, it's always good to see a brother. And that fraternity, man. We got
yes,
to start connecting that dot back because
yes.
the brothers don't. We scattered out here, man. But
We
brothers
are.
lifting each other. You know what I mean, and helping each other out, man. We need more of that. But yeah, no, it's definitely good to hear because you always hear horror stories, right? You always hear the
Yeah,
scenarios and situations where things don't quite come together, or they're back and forth or whatever. But again, this goes to show why you are where you are and why you're here on the show, obviously, because you're doing things are you're putting your feet in front in front of each other, and you navigating this thing. You're really steering the ship, and it's awesome. It's a
yeah.
beautiful sight to see, man. Really,
Thank
really.
you.
Let's go on to current projects. What are you currently working on right now? Like I said, you was in the studio
Well,
and
I'm
I
working on a.
snatched it out.
So basically, the album's done. Album's done. Right now, I'm just chilling. Actually, just doing some fresh stuff. But album's done. We're gonna push the single soon. I don't have a specific date yet. It's up to my team and management right now. But right now, we're still working on a few other things before we drop the single. But other than that, yeah, we just waiting to drop now. Getting the
Okay,
PR team together and figuring out our next move and then shows.
okay, okay. That's awesome. Oh well, listen.
Done too.
You said what?
The second album's already done too. Like,
You see what I'm
I'm,
saying?
yeah,
You see
like
it?
it's already. I'm already done, man. I'm just ready to drop at this point.
That's what's crazy. Again, the people in TV land. You need to understand. This is
Yeah,
how this is how you do an interview. Okay,
yeah,
you have somebody you ordered, and you talk to them, and they're like, oh yeah, I got not only an album done, I got two albums done, I got
yeah,
three albums done. You know what I mean? You had
yeah. We working
preparation,
third now.
man. Listen, what did they say? What is it? I can't. I don't remember the acronym. It's something that we used to say in college. It's something to the effect of that's similar to uh, piss poor. Piss poor preparation predicates piss poor performance.
Mm.
I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. I might have,
Yeah.
but yeah, piss poor preparation predicates piss poor performance. And that's just one of those things. That means you have to always be on your P's and Q's.
Yeah.
How you practice is how you perform. How
Yeah.
you can't just be playing and shucking and jabbing. And brother, you two going on 3 albums in already, and you know what I'm saying. That's dope. So kudos to you. Man. Kudos to you. But actually, rewinding the tape, we actually have some footage of you. I believe it came out a year or two ago.
Yeah.
From the West, right?
Yeah. From the West.
Talk a little bit about that song, how that came together, and then you share your thoughts on the video. How did the video come together? Who shot it, so forth and so on. Just tell us the story how it all came to be.
So from the West, it all came about just where I'm from, and how I originally rap, because right now my new flow is melodic, a little singing. Then I got some with the filters and tune on it, just the new sound wave right now. But from the West, it was just more on my organic side, more just this is who I am when I don't use all of that. I'm on my chill vibe, and a lot of people used to always think I was from the South, so I had to let them know I'm really from the West.
Okay.
Like, uh, but other than that, yeah, man. The video, my boy, his name is Markel. He's from San Jose. He drove up to Oakland. We met up, and I'm just like, man, this shoot, we don't need to put nothing really together. Just shoot it, on some B-roll. So I went down to San Jose and shot the video. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, we're going to debut on the beat from the West by Cali Franco. Check this out. Sorry about that. Happens. Here we go.
I'm unpredictable with my visual. Shawty flexible, she let me hit it. Shawty bad, yeah, she bad like Rudy Huxtable. I'm steady flexing, bro, fresh like some vegetables. On the scene, smoking green, got them hating, bro. I'm on them deuces, yeah, I'm sliding to the left. They hate the way I travel, they gon' need a fucking ref. This ain't operation, but no niggas that'll pick your chest. Ran out of breath. Yeah, I'm from the West, but here goes the rest. Loyalty is everything, is on my fucking chest. No niggas from the crest, no niggas in the West. Franco is the best. Dreadlock, bomber clock, yeah, my hair's a mess. Me, Trell Lamar, we used to play open neck. Now me and Trell Mar getting to the fucking check. Laughing E.T. with me, yeah, that's the fucking set. This the fourth quarter, still ain't broke a fucking sweat. My eyes on the prize, yeah, I still need that private jet. I done killed the fucking beat, go ahead and cut the set. I don't give a fuck, me my niggas stay fresh.
Yeah, and there you have it. So I mean, looking back at that now, knowing where like you said, your flow is different, now, and you obviously are, in a lane. How do you feel you've traveled between then and now?
Man, I grew since then, man. Every time I drop a song, somebody's like, "Yo, you get better every song." I'm like, that sounds good to me.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I try to eat a piece of that humble pie, man.
Hey, listen, kudos to that. That was dope. And the beautiful thing it wasn't too long.
Nah.
You know what I mean? It was straight. You hit them.
That's it.
On to the next. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
dope.
People attention spans now is different. Everybody smoke weed, so that's just what it is. What it is now. So,
right.
But like 2 to 3 minutes is enough for everybody. It ain't back in the day when Redman, Method Man, and Busta Rhymes could do 5, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, and they had to sit there and listen to it.
Yeah.
Or that.
Yeah.
Times
Like,
change, man.
it definitely has. Definitely has. All right. So listen, we're gonna keep this thing rolling. We got my favorite segment called Hot Topics, and these are interesting, to say the least. You ready to go?
Let's go.
All right, check this out. Okay, so hot topics are a series of questions that are designed for the user and the viewers to be able to get to know who you are through these random questions. I'm going to fire these questions off. I want you to answer them as quickly as you can. Obviously, there's no meter, no time clock or anything like that, but just try to get through them. Okay?
Okay.
All right. What's 3 things you didn't know? This is a standard hot topic question. 3 things you didn't know. 3 things that the world does not know about Cali Franco, or 3 things that you want to clarify that people just seem to goddamn keep getting wrong about Cali.
Oh, I got 3 things I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, I knew, but people didn't know.
Yeah.
I gotta flip this one.
Okay.
People didn't know about the grinders on the salt shaker and pepper shaker. I hate when people shake the salt shakers and the pepper. You have to grind the grinders on the bottom, and that's how it probably comes out evenly. That's crazy that people don't know that.
Okay. Okay.
Another thing I didn't know was BMI and ASCAP a long time ago. I want to say I was like 16.
Okay.
Somebody introduced that to me. Another thing I didn't know was on the violin, it had an amplifier. You could change the sounds. I was like, oh. And they had a younger age. Now I know.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is how highly educated you are. I've never had somebody flip the question on his ear that way.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I like it. I like it. But you made it through, and you excelled in that one. All right, so this is the next one's a relatively new question to Hot Topics. Is they ain't got no award for that. Now they ain't got no award for that. Is basically I want you to pick something right now out of the stratosphere right now. Anything that's going on in the world that you like is the most ludicrous, ridiculous thing you've ever heard of or seen, and it's like you can't even quantify it. Like literally, it could be the Lil Nas X pregnancy bump to it could be Ben Simmons with the Sixers and all of the nonsense he's putting them through. Whatever you want.
We can go Nas X. I feel like they just need to leave that man alone, man. You know what I mean? Hey, they didn't do it to Prince. They didn't do it to Mystical when he had the bob. Let's be honest. He got away with the bob. You know what I mean? Like, y'all pick and choose who they want to pick and choose and bully. So, just leave him alone, man. Ain't no war for that. It ain't. It really ain't. Let the man be. Y'all didn't get on Prince about his heels. And you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. Come on, man. Just leave him alone.
He also had the pants with the booty cheeks out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, but they did that back in the day. If you really want to be honest, that's a back in the day style. You gotta let him pass.
I'm with you.
Hey, if it ain't your preference, you shouldn't be mad about
it. Very good point.
And you just gotta, you gotta just parentalize, what your kids watch. That's it. Hey, what are you watching over there? Hey, no, don't watch that stuff. It's inappropriate. Just like they used to tell us to close our eyes when sex scenes used to come on.
Yeah, I'll still be having to do that with my kids whenever they with me, for sure.
Yeah, you gotta raise them the way we was raised. That's it. But don't go ahead and pick on somebody for what they're doing. He's doing it for his community, people that he's selling to, people that's just like him. Just like I'm rapping it for the people who's gonna understand me, like and vice versa. So like we can't be picking on people.
I respect that. That's very eloquently put too.
That's his art. How we gonna knock the man for his art? The man got a Grammy. Let him be, man. Salute him. He black at the end of the day. Be happy. Shit.
There you have it. All right. So the next question is you've been well traveled. So this one is perfect for somebody like you. Yeah. What they say. And this is basically, kind of a toss up to like the different locales you've been to, like
Yeah.
DC. They be like, "Yo, what up, Mo?"
Oh
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
what up, cuz? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what they say? Let's start with South Carolina.
Okay.
What they say?
Let me say,
South Carolina. Hey, in South
what,
Carolina,
what's good,
they
bro?
be like, oh hell no, go get the churn.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
get the churn.
yeah, the chair.
They don't say booty, they say bunky. Girl,
Bunky,
you
yeah,
got a big bunky, girl.
yeah.
I was
Heard
like,
that.
holy shit. What kind of Gullah Gullah Island? Binya shit is this?
I gave you that.
uh,
Yeah, I definitely
and then
got
in
you with that.
Atlanta, you ask them a question, they be like, hell yeah. What going on for hell yeah? I be like, what the fuck? You didn't even answer the question. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Everything is hell yeah. Cooling, hell yeah.
it's the way they do that. Yeah, they go yeah,
Yeah. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
My homie,
They
shout out,
come back.
my homie wife, Angie.
Yeah.
She don't say Donnie. She call me Denny. And it's just I've known her for good. It's been about good 20 years, and she's Denny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? And so it's just like
Yeah.
wow, this love it.
Charlotte, they be like, be blanking. I mean, they turning up.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay. Okay.
okay.
Then they be like, what's that mix in South Carolina? That mean like, what's up? Or mix that mix. They use mix for everything. It's real mixy. Like how we say in the bay, they say real saucy.
Okay.
So yeah, it's similar to that, but it's crazy. Did
Okay.
it, in Florida, they be like, where the Shones at?
Shones.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard that one. That's
Shones, that's like the girls. Where the Shones at?
oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you go to Jersey, it's Jones. Like, where the
Yeah, it
Jones
was
at?
the
Like, where the
Jones.
Jones? Where the
Yeah,
Jones? Like, I
yeah,
was like, oh, okay. I'm getting
yeah,
real cultured out here.
yeah. Especially South Jersey. They give you that Philly like young bull.
Yeah,
What's
I
good, young
like
bull?
it though. Yep,
Yeah,
young bull. Yeah, they
yeah,
starting to say that everywhere now.
yeah. In my bag. That's definitely
Yeah, that's another one.
that's straight
Ooh,
Philly.
in my bag is just everywhere.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely just travel, but you come through with all of the terminology.
Yeah, I can keep going. I'm just stop there though. Man,
I'm with you.
yeah.
My playlist popping. What is on your audio playlist? Sorry. What is on your audio playlist? What you listening to right now that you draw?
Ooh, that K Camp. He getting to them girls.
Mm.
K Camp winning with that.
Okay. Okay.
K Camp. Especially that song he got with Trey Songz, Privacy.
Okay.
That's a banger.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm like, what? He brought Trey out of retirement with that one? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got canceled after that power stint.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, that's cool. What's your thoughts before we switch topic? What's your thoughts on the Donda versus Certified Lover Boy?
What you want to be honest? I haven't listened to neither.
You're not the only person who said that, which is it's nothing wrong with
My
that.
last interview I was with, was another guy. He interviewed me, Grasshopper. Shout out to him. He said the same thing. I'm with you, man. I ain't listened to it yet, but I just feel like they're gonna give me that same feel. They're great artists. I feel like they reached their pinnacle already. So whatever they drop is gonna be awesome. So it's like I feel like there's nothing you can do after the X album. After that, I feel like it's gonna be the same.
When you do hear them, just
Yeah.
you just inbox me, man. I'm interested to know. How your thought process and who you are. I really want to know who
Who's
you
better?
actually. Yeah, what's your take? It's not
Okay.
even really about better.
You know what? I really want to do my homework. So
That's why I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. For these next 3 days, I got 3 days. So I'm off for 3 days. I ain't got to do nothing. I'm gonna listen to them for sure.
Yeah, I just like I told you, I have a good respect for you. You know your intellect as far as and your ability to. It's what you do. You play the freaking Stradivarius, bro. Like
Yeah.
I want to hear what you're talking about. I know you understand music better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Than a lot of other people, so I definitely am interested in hearing that. But yeah, just keep me posted. I definitely want to know.
Okay.
Last hot topic question is Netflix. What's on your video playlist? What are you watching on TV or what
Man,
movie? Whatever.
Raising Canaan.
Canada.
I'm watching Power.
Mm-hmm.
Still waiting for them to drop the Book of Ghost still.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that, man. But yeah, it's really just Power. Oh, I don't even lie. My homie kids put me on Black Lightning, man. I can't even lie. That's
Okay.
actually a dope show. Black Lightning is pretty cool, man.
Okay. Yeah, my homegirl, she's an actress on it. I haven't brought myself to watch it yet.
Yeah.
So.
I did watch what is the show called, man? It's the stripper show. I can't think of it right now.
P Valley.
P Valley.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool, man. Clifford, he did his thing, man.
Yeah.
I
P
thought I
Valley
knew
really
the food
good.
too.
You said what?
Yeah, like I feel like I knew him too. Like, damn, that's Clifford. He tripping today. This nigga tripping.
Indeed.
Feel like
You
somebody else doing Atlanta. Like, man, he tripping, bro.
You see, that's what I'm waiting for to come back. I'm waiting for Atlanta to come back. I want to see that.
Yeah.
That's that show. You know what I mean? Like
Donald Glover, shout out to him. Childish Gambino.
He's a genius, man.
Genius.
Creative genius, man. Really.
Yeah.
Let's see. Atlanta. Dave. Have you checked out Dave?
I haven't.
Bro, you need to see Dave, bro. You need to see Dave.
I'm gonna
Lil
watch
Dicky.
Oh, that show. Yeah. I just didn't know the name. You know what's funny? I was watching that show, but never knew the title. I'll be at my partner's house and he'd be binge watching it, but I never watched, never asked. I just be watching that shit.
Yeah. You're just like, it's a Lil Dicky show,
Yeah, whatever. It's on. Like, it's dope.
Yeah. Nah, it's
I
good.
feel like he need to do more, like another season for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, for it to be 3 seasons in already,
that's good.
That's pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
And they keep folding it on itself. So I like how they're moving it. They can get away with some things. But most of it, 90% of it, thumbs up. All right. Well, you made it through Hot Topics, and I want to debut another or re-debut another segment that is still relatively new. This is probably like the 3rd episode that I done wheeled it out. It's a segment called Game On. We didn't discuss this, but I feel we have enough time, and I want to go through it. Since again, and I championed your intellect. I was talking about how intellectual and smart you present yourself. So this is just I just want to test your knowledge base. I might ask you 4 questions, and just want to see exactly if you can get any of these correct. That's it.
Come on. Oh man, here we go.
Check this out.
Oh man.
Here we go. Question 1. If you open your eyes in a pitch black room, what is the color you see called? A, midnight, B, blurple, C, pitch black, D, Eigengrau.
Eigenbrow.
Okay, Eigengrau. D?
Yeah.
Okay. You were correct. Good job. Next question. How many miles of blood vessels does the human body contain? 100,000 miles, 20,000 miles, 500 miles, or 75,000 miles?
I'm gonna go with B.
B. Okay. A, 100,000 miles. You're doing good though, because you got that first one right. Most people would have got that wrong. Question 3. Per the American Heritage Dictionary, who invented the word nerd? Dr. Spock, Dr. Ruth, Dr. Seuss, or D, none of the above?
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Dr. Susan, you killing them. All right, last question. What is the name of the lint in the bottom of your pocket? A, Ner, B, Fuzz, C, a Quarble, D, Tizzy.
Can you repeat the answers again?
Ner, Fuzz, Quarble, Tizzy.
Tizzy.
You said Tizzy. A, Ner. And you have answered 50% of the questions.
Dang.
You did very well, considering. You did like literally very well, considering, because like I told you, 2 or 3 other times I've done this and people didn't get any of them right.
Wow.
So,
dang.
Again,
Hey.
I like the meme say.
Hey.
I like it. So again, that segment was called Game On. Again, I appreciate you for being a good sport and playing along. We want to because we winded down, and I want to touch some current events.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on the impact of the Haitian immigration standoff at the U.S. and Mexico border?
From what I've seen from the images, I haven't got deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been really busy. Not to say that it's not a serious matter.
No,
but
that's
just from the images, it's really disgusting, and it's really sad that high power haven't done anything yet. And all they talking about is deportation. It's like that's not enough. They need homes, they need somewhere to eat and stay, they need jobs and money. So it's like, and they can't go back to somewhere that's flooded. So it's like, what are we doing right now?
Right.
No, we're not even supporting them. So,
well, and I definitely understand your answer, and what I'm saying is not going to debate.
Yeah,
I want to make that clear, because I'm not going to say it in the stance that you're incorrect with what you're saying at all. I absolutely agree and understand what you're saying. Want to say it in a different perspective, though, for those that might actually feel that way.
Yeah.
Do we or do we not have to protect homeland, protect in the house?
Yeah, we do.
And if they allow these several hundred people into the country, where are they going to put them? We have homeless right now. I mean, I'm in LA.
I know LA is terrible.
I mean, we got people on the sidewalks. We can't even get them off the sidewalks.
Right. We choose not to.
Then there's that. That's a whole other different ball game. Definitely do not disagree with you on that. But where are we gonna put them?
There's a whole bunch of vacancy in LA too as well. 500,000 people. And 500,000 people move to Texas. California is empty.
Well, not necessarily.
Nah,
but yeah,
that's 500,000 vacancies.
Well, and like I said, my thing is this: the overall thought process to me, is that I'm not saying what is the old saying? Give us your tired, your wretched masses, yearning to be free. I believe in America or of the idea of America. Even though it didn't believe in me and my family and the people that my ancestors, but I believe in what it stands for, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe that everybody should be allowed a chance. No. But if people are competing for jobs now with people, this is before the several hundred people come to our borders. Those are just the Haitians. We talk about the Mexicans that do this like every day, daily, sending people. You know what I mean? There's other people from other countries and the religions and stuff that are doing the same thing. You know what I mean? That we don't know of, that you don't hear of. What about the Native Americans that are still fighting for their rights in their land? You know what I mean?
That's still going on in California.
It's still going on. So, you know, to say all that to say is not to say that I want to dim the light that's being shined on any of this. I just look at it from a perspective of, are we really actually looking at this stuff with open eyes, or are we being led by the media? You see what I'm saying?
I feel like it's 50-50. We got some people going that way and some people going the other way.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. And like I said, at the end of the day, I just, you know, we as a race have the way to get things done.
How we do.
And we're not.
No.
That falls on all of us. It doesn't matter what race, what tone, what skin color, what
that's
religion.
everybody.
It's everybody. So, you know, how could we call ourselves a master race or a higher race? Or you know, being the human race.
Yeah.
If we can exercise our humanity.
I don't know, man. I can't answer that.
That, you know, but things. Next question. Black in America. What does that mean to you today?
Still the same as history. Nothing changed. You know, people think it changed, but it haven't. You know, if anything, it got worse. You know, now we letting other people say the word that we're trying to get rid of. But how can we get rid of it? We're still practicing to say it, even in our songs. So, I mean, I feel like we being hypocrites to ourselves, if anything. And then for letting other people say that word, it's kind of disrespectful, because it's like we can't go to somebody else and say certain things or racial slurs. You know what I mean? So I'm like, how are you comfortable to say this word? You're not my friend if you gonna say this, because I wouldn't call you nothing that whatever you are or whatever's, you know, interprets you in a disrespectful way.
Right.
Yeah. So being black in America, you know, like, to me, I'm a warrior. You know, I'm always look at myself as a warrior out here. You feel me? I know I'm on the bottom of the totem pole and a lot of things, so I just gotta fight through and be a warrior. You feel me? And don't let nothing distract me. And just know how to handle people without, you know, getting out of line, or, you know, having those animosity to where I'm gonna explode and take off on somebody, which that's not the answer either. So
that is to me the root of my perspective on that. And my perspective is that I don't, with regard to that word.
Yeah.
That word is to me exactly just that, a word.
Yeah.
And I refuse to allow somebody to have that much power over me, that a single word or the usage of a said word can change the course of my life in a New York minute, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because my thing is, whether or not you say it or not, you still think it.
Right.
So if that's the case, that's the case. You know what I mean? And so that's why, to me, not to what's the word I'm looking for? Guard or protect my perspective on it. My perspective is just my perspective. But you know, I think that with regard to the usage of that word, the word, like you said, that we tried as a collective to get them to disavow or eradicate, get rid of it, not use it. To me, it's the flip side of the coin. The same thing is the negative or the backlash that comes from Black Lives Matter.
Right.
You create this entity for good, only for it to be seen as negative. Right. So no matter how hard you try to work to get rid of something, it's going to put just that much equal negative attention to it.
Right.
So again, you know, it's you have to be smart, and that's just my biggest thing with a lot of things in society today. You have to be smart, and us as Black people, it's been my perception, it's been my experience that we think with our hearts and not with our heads most of the time. 9 times out of 10, we think with our hearts and not with our heads.
Yeah.
And as an old thing that my grandparents used to say, my parents used to say, is that cooler heads prevail.
That's
which is
what
why.
religion teaches, that to think with our hearts and not with our heads.
See what I'm saying? So that's just my perspective on it. I
Yeah.
truly appreciate you sharing your perspective, and I definitely do not disagree with what you're saying at all.
Yeah.
I think that the biggest thing that I try to do and why I ask this question is because we need more conversation about it.
Yeah.
You
Like you
can't.
don't just like not to cut you off, but you don't
Yeah.
hear Mexicans saying like, "Oh, what's up, wetback," or you don't hear, you feel me, a white person saying, "What's up, redneck," or you get what I'm saying? Like we the only ones disrespecting ourselves and then get mad when somebody else say it, but we the ones putting it out there to be like it's cool to say. You got 50% of the population saying, "Oh, it's cool to say. I ain't tripping. It's just a word." You got the other half still on it, like, "Yo, this is disrespectful." So then we use it against each other. It's cool to say against each other, but then when somebody else said, we get mad. It's like we hypocrites.
What? Yeah. Yeah. But I think that's there's a bigger issue with that, and I think that's more of almost to a point. Black people feel entitled or owed because of all of the negative stuff that we've experienced, and by right we have experienced a lot
Yeah,
as a culture, as a race. By that, that's all fair.
yeah,
But it's like you, I put it to you like this: same inference, right?
mhm,
If I go cut on my cable box right now, and I try to look for the channel White Entertainment Television, I
mhm.
don't think that would you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna fly.
Nah,
If Caucasian people put together a whole, like the argument before was said, oh well, that's every other TV station out there. Well, no, but they
yeah,
never called it whites only TV.
nah, they never did.
But
That's
yet
a
we
cold
have to have,
descriptive adjective too.
but yet we have BET.
Yeah, right.
Again, it's one of those things as to where it's like you for everything that you fight to get positively, it shines just that much negative energy on the flip side of it too. You know what I mean? So that's why you get away from stuff like that, like you said, descriptive adjectives and stuff like that, stuff that can
Yeah,
be flipped. Because again, it's like, oh, okay, well, this is our word. We had to deal with this all of our lives. You can't say it,
right,
but we made it cool, just like we do most stuff in culture. We make it
right.
cool, and then everybody else wants to say it, but then you say, you can't say it. Now you give them power because you're making it cool. You're making it communication between us, but then making it divisive
Mm,
for other people. You see what I'm saying? Because now you can't use that word. This is us. You ain't cool enough.
yeah,
And then when they do it, then you mad. Now you want to fight. It don't work that
exactly.
way. It's like women are doing that now with the B word. You know what I mean? Like you really
Yeah,
don't call each other that, but if somebody else call you that, you're gonna be thumping them.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So we just have to learn to be a lot more educated as far as the power and control that we have over us, and that's just my opinion about that. But
Yeah.
no, say what you got to say, please. I don't want to cut
No,
you
no,
off.
no, I'm saying that I agree. That's what I had to say too. Like this holding your composure, man.
Okay.
Inhale, exhale, man. Like, man,
you know,
listen to your
uh,
favorite song or something to calm down. I don't know. Self care, man. You
listen
need
to
that
listen to
Zen
that new
moment.
Ye.
Go ahead, yeah. You need a Zen moment, man. Go take it. Whatever your Zen is.
All right, so we have this last current events question, and this one is more unilateral for everybody.
Yeah,
How is social media important to your brand and success? You alluded to that previously, but for
yeah.
all of those people that are trying to get to that level that you're at, how important is social media to your brand and success?
Man, social media is actually a huge part now. A lot of people, I mean, don't get me wrong, the footwork as far as physical flyers and physical items, yeah, I mean, that's important as well, but everybody's on their phone now. Everyone.
Well,
Everything. Even when you go to the restaurants, it's a QR code to scan for the menus now. So I feel like having those QR codes now is a good thing because now people can scan for your music, your clothes, whatever you have for sale. They can scan for it now easily, and they don't have to pick up a flyer and keep it in their purse. They just scan that code if they see it. You know. So
right.
technology today, social media today it's a blessing and it's a success for my brand and everyone else brand. You know, I feel like that's the cheat code right now. Is actually social media, and that's how you get across the world, especially for those people that don't have passports.
Then there's that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, it does bridge a hell of a gap,
yeah,
and most people don't understand that.
yeah. So I feel like people need to take social media more serious and stop trying to use it as a platform to make it look like than what it is, and just they need to find whatever they like to do or what they need to do and use it as their business instead of just trying to create a show for everybody to watch.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I definitely appreciate you for your time. We winding down. We got two more questions, then we're gonna let you get back to the studio so you can keep putting out them bangers. Uh, any advice for aspiring talent? I know you kind of again alluded to that with social media because that was advice as well. But is there anything specific that you can give back, nugget, give back to the game that is showing you
Uh,
so much?
just stay humble, stay focused, and always, you know what I mean, collect new information. Like, don't ever say, "Nah, it's not gonna work." You don't know. You don't have all the answers. No one have all. We're all learning every day. So, you know, all I can say is just stay humble and just work hard and stay in that tunnel vision, for sure. Like, and if you like something and somebody telling you how to do it, just keep doing it. Don't listen to their words. Stay down because it's a process for everything and anything you do. Yeah.
Excellent advice. Two things that I'm gonna say off of that. First things first. There was one of my favorite movies growing up as a child. It's probably way before your time. It's called The Last Starfighter. In that movie, yeah, it's if you go back and you got time to check out some old movies, check out The Last Starfighter. It's dope. But basically, in there was a passage by a guy named Centauri. Centauri said he was talking to Alex because he was trying to get Alex to fight this huge fight that he didn't realize that he was destined to do.
Yeah.
And all he did was doubt himself. Dude, it's just a game. Like, I can't do that. I mean, I'm from a trailer park. And Centauri said, if that's all you think, that's all you'll ever be.
Yeah.
And that changed my life. I don't know why I did, but being that young,
Yeah.
I was like, everything that I say that I'm going to do, I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Second thing is, like you said, I say no to no.
Mm-hmm.
If I sat and waited for everybody, and listen to all of the no's that I heard,
Right. Man,
so
but no's is yes to me. There's only so many you're gonna get before you get a yeah.
no's just let you know you're in the game. You're still
Yeah.
breathing.
Yep. Just come back stronger.
Just come back stronger. Just come back stronger, man. Listen, I appreciate everything that you're saying. That's great. That's great nuggets of wisdom. Like I told you, brother, you're a very highly educated person. I said this about this like the eighth time, and I said this in this interview. I gotta make sure that I share that with you, so that
Thank
way,
you. I really appreciate it.
that's what I think of you, man. You're a highly educated brother, and
Likewise.
you're gonna be very, very successful. How can people learn more about you, man? People, attached to who you are right now, and they want to learn more. How can they learn more about you?
Just follow me on IG, man. Sometimes I got words of wisdom up. Some memes up, or even some type of spoken word, or even it might be a quote of the day. Like, it's something inspiring or touchy to where you can probably relate to, and you figure out that's more of who I am.
Okay. Okay.
A people person.
Yeah, definitely a
So,
people person. Definitely are. That's awesome. Well, listen. Any shout outs? Last minute
uh,
words before we get
yeah.
out of here.
I want to shout out TTG, the whole family. That's the label. Shout
Okay.
out to Tammy Goslin. Shout out to Chaz Hayes. Shout out to Barbara Sanchez. I want to say shout out to Miss Vicky. She's actually a charting artist on our label right now. She got a song out. It's called "Play Too Much." Uh, and it's really top 40 right now in the charts. I got shout out to my boy Lace Boy. I want to say shout out to Young Keys. He's under the label as well. Shout out to Chop, he's under the label. I want to say shout out to my mom, my family, my kids, everybody. Hey.
Listen, it's been truly a blessing to have you on the show. I like I said, I did my homework on you and was impressed. I'm even more impressed now, having to get to speak with you, man. You are a good personification of the way young black men are supposed to be. You know, it's nothing lewd about you, or you know that I can see and say, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's another one of these. You know what I mean? No, you carry yourself in a very, very good manner. And anybody that knows you and loves you should be proud of you, man. And that I just wish you nothing but the best of luck. And if I could be of any service of assistance in the future, feel free to reach out, man. You got a whole new brother out here in LA, man. Real live.
Hey. Yes,
all right.
Yes, I appreciate it.
No doubt. So, like I said, we Donnie B got the beats. We here on the beat. Like and subscribe. Cali Franco, man. Make sure that you check out his new work. One of his 3 albums that he's getting ready to drop. Make sure y'all stay tuned up for that, man. And I'm sure he will not disappoint. Like and subscribe to Beat, man. Make sure you follow us on social media. Beat TV LA. If you're watching it, it's the same thing on across all platforms. And that's that. Yeah.
Hey, out Indica Sam, we got a hot single coming out too.
Who? Say again?
Indica Sam, shout out to her.
Indica Sam. Okay. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for Indica Sam for sure. And shout out to your label, shout out to your team, shout out to everybody, shout out to everybody that's pushing this brother here, man.
Shout out even to you, man.
Huh?
I said shout out to you too.
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Just trying to give back, man, for the culture, man. You should stay tuned, actually, because you're a rapper. I actually secured one of the pioneers of the hip hop game, MC Shan. I'm gonna have him on Sunday. Okay. And then I'm gonna have some old school folks from like Old Town 357 on in the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to do a origin of hip hop story from people that were actually there in the beginning. So yeah, I actually had somebody on last night, DJ Prince Ice, who was from the Bay, and you know, kind of helped to change the format of radio to now what is urban radio. But check that stuff out, man. Stay tuned. Hopefully, you know, we got programming and stuff like that you like coming out. But nonetheless, you be easy, brother. You take care. Like I said, if you need me, throw up the bat sign or the beat sign, and then I come running, man. Real loud.
All right.
Everybody, stay tuned. We out. Peace.
We out.
Donnie B.